Reincarnation, it perfectly matches up with Isekai, but in more ways, it's all about being completely different instead of your normal self, which is a unique touch, and I'm only here for one reason, to recommend the best of the best. Today's video will dive into the world of Reincarnation anime, specifically the ones that you really should be watching. So walk with me as I take you on an adventure that you'll never forget. First up, my next life as a villainess, and I'm sure you guys are in the mood for a villainous protagonist, and by far this is my favorite of this trope. A girl is reborn into the world of an otome game and becomes a completely different person, in the body of Katarina, the antagonist of the game, where all her routes in the end lead to her doom or death, which is not very lucky. Now she needs to be so cautious with her choices to try and stay alive and not ruin people's lives around her due to her actions, but overall, it's a very fun anime that I highly recommend. The protagonist turning into a spider, you say? Oh boy, I got you covered on that. Though if you were afraid of spiders, then the anime is probably not for you, but chances are you will really enjoy this show a lot. So I'm a spider, so what? The story of an entire classroom that gets summoned to another world and get reborn. They either stay as a human or are transformed into monsters of some sort, and our poor bullied protagonist is a spider. A weakling monster who slowly becomes overpowered after defeating other mobs and taking their skills. Just imagine having your own harem of beautiful maids taking care of you. Now that's a dream, ladies and gents, and it so happens that this man reincarnates as the 7th prince of the royal kingdom. Once a weakling sorcerer who could barely use magic like others, now in a world where he can learn and enhance his magic abilities super easily. But don't mistake him for a girl. He's actually a guy, but kinda cross-dresses for some reason. But anyways, he gets taken care of by his maids, feeding him, bathing him, training him. I'm pretty sure you get all that stuff, and some stuff even happens behind the scenes. But it's a very solid anime, definitely give it a chance. From the full action-packed isekai to getting reincarnated into the world as an overpowered child, how about taking a little bit of a step back and living a peaceful life on a farmland? Farming life in another world. A guy dies and wishes to live on a peaceful farm, growing and taking care of his plants and wives. However, behold a powerful godlike farming tool for also being able to destroy mighty dragons or those who pose a threat to his beloved crops. Simple, wholesome, yet very effective for an anime that I highly recommend you guys trying out. Now, as generic as this may be, it's actually a very solid and fairly popular reincarnation of how a man dies from overwork and is reborn into a family of doctors or pharmacists. The boy is called Pharma, and he's learning to become a pharmacist with the ability to use magic, making cures to remove fatal illnesses that couldn't ever be cured before. His journey is long yet very satisfying. Lots of people can't afford medicine, but he opens up his very own pharmacy shop that is accessible to everyone, be it nobles or even poor people, making his shop extremely popular in the other world. Reincarnated as a Sword. Just as the title specifies, it's about a man who passes to the next life and becomes a moving, talking sword, able to move freely and also fight. The cool thing is, his power is unlocked with a sword wielder, and that's where he stumbles across the Black Cat tribe who are being forced to work or even punished, and he helps a poor young girl by, leveling her up, getting stronger, and together form the ultimate duo as epic adventurers.
大丈夫？怪我とかしてない？
Okay, now it seems that we have stumbled across many people's favorite reincarnation anime, and to some, the not so great one. But it doesn't even matter, because this anime is quite solid, but heavily one-sided due to the main protagonist being too overpowered. A boy is reborn as a baby child and was found by an old man named Wiseman, and he called the boy Shin Walford, who had insane magic abilities that could even be used for the military, but instead, they decided to send the boy to school to make friends instead. And he doesn't even bother hiding his powers at all, and instead goes all out to show who is the boss around here. Personally, for me, this is one of the best reincarnation anime that you can choose to watch, with the setting taking place in a dating simulator and the protagonist being a complete commoner in a noble environment. The brother got recommended to play a dating simulator by his little sister, and when beating it, he was sent to that exact game world to beat it, but this time as a background mob character who has nothing to do with the game's protagonist or storyline. And from there, he did exactly what he wants. Take the spotlight, show those nobles who's the strongest, and also get the hottest girls at school for himself. The world's finest assassin, an assassin too good and skillful, his own company that he works for actually betrayed him and took the bounty on his head by blowing up the plane that he's on. But now instead, he is actually sent to another world, reincarnating into a family with very strong assassin bloodline as the parents teach their newborn son the ways of an assassin. But of course, he didn't just reincarnate empty-handed, he got some really good powerful skills, and although he can't really use magic, he has an arsenal of guns to fight against those who can use magic. Now finally, to recommend the last anime on today's video list, and it is Mushoku Tensei. In my opinion, the best reincarnation anime to be ever created. Sorry to disappoint you, but that's just how I personally feel. An ugly shut-in high schooler reincarnated into a baby named Rudis, who has a loving family and has grown to be kinda perverted, but also very good-hearted. The anime has a big story to it across 2 seasons with multiple parts. It's one huge adventure, I tell you, and it is the most beautiful way possible that it tells you the story. That I'm pretty sure you all will just really enjoy it. So give it a shot if you haven't tried it, and you will see so much potential. And that's all there is to this list of reincarnation anime. It's tough to choose from many, but I did my best to hopefully recommend the good ones that I feel deserve to be watched. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, subscribe and drop a like, and I'll see you all in the next one.